morning, y'all. Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing this morning? It's a beautiful day outside. I'm in my new office outside. I call it my office. I'm on the damn porch. My table all set up. I love it though. But this winter I won't be able to stream here. Hey Sapphire, good morning. Vicky, April, Cheryl Lynn, Cheryl T, Cement Shoes, Ginger Locks, good to see you. Faithful One, Anna, YouTube Monitor, Jack's mom. How have you been feeling, Jack's mom? YouTube Monitor. Hello, friends, especially the lovely presenter, the lovely Cece. Thank you. You're so sweet, YouTube Monitor. I just love you to death. Well, guys, okay. So I've been all confused about this Summer Wells case, right? You know, because I've had a lot going on in my personal life, and I'm just now getting back to my normal self in my mind. I'm telling you, I had a nervous breakdown. I'm not lying. Hey, Patty Lynn. Anyways, things are a lot better. But anyways, I'm trying to catch up on this case, and I just saw an article this morning, and I just watched a really interesting video about this case, a professional profiler. We may take a listen to it. Oh, gosh, I hope he don't strike my channel for it. Copyright strike me. But he goes through the mom's statements. Like, you know how Candace Bly said they were planting flowers, their hands were dirty, and they came in and washed their hands. See, that he says that is an unnecessary statement to say they came in and washed their hands. Common sense, if you've been planting flowers, your hands are going to be dirty. That is a sign of guilt, he said. I want to read y'all this article, and we're going to listen to a little bit of his video. I will give y'all the link. It's like 10 minutes long, and I don't want to play like all of his content, just like a little bit of it, and then I'll share the link, and you guys can go back and watch it. Also, can y'all believe they let Bill Cosby out? I've got a couple articles about that. We're going to catch up and see what's going on with that. I have an article about, it says how a 16-year-old verbal agreement helped overturn Bill Cosby's sexual assault conviction. We're going to read about all that. One of the victims has spoke out already on how she feels about this. Let me get my damn article here. Oh, gosh, guys. I can't keep up with anything anymore. Here it is. So y'all know how we listen to like the scanner radio of when Summer Wells was first reported missing? So the mother says that's wrong. She never went for a walk. Okay? There is no way somebody got up on that hill. She said she walked Summer all the way to the porch. See, that's an unnecessary statement. Basically, those words right there are saying that is not something she usually does. See, that is a sign of guilt too. According to Peter Hyatt, I love that guy's channel. We're going to listen to it in a minute. Let me read this. Okay. The parents of a missing Tennessee girl addressed some questions and parent inconsistencies surrounding their daughter's disappearance in an interview with the local news station. Now, we watched some of that. Summer Wells 5 was reported missing from her East Tennessee home on June 15th, sparking a massive multi-agency search for the remote, densely wooded area near her home in Hawkins County. Authorities have not ruled out foul play, but have not named any suspects or persons of interest in the investigation. Last week, a spokesperson for the TBI said that Summer's parents, Don Wells and Candace Bly, have been cooperative. The spokesperson also said that the circumstances of Summer's disappearance remain unclear. Okay, WJHL has published an extended video clip of an interview with Wells and Bly regarding Summer's disappearance. And we'll watch that again if you guys want. In the uncomfortable interview, Bly says the emergency dispatch account of Summer's initial disappearance is not correct. As the report notes, the transcription of the emergency dispatch call provided by Broadcastify states that Summer's mother discovered that her daughter was missing after returning home from a walk. and it said you would be en route to 110110 Ben Hill Road off of Beach Creek. It will be the first residence on your right in reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, and now they can't find her. They have been yelling for her. She's been gone about 10 minutes. Summer's mother denied going on a walk the day Summer disappeared. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. See, I knew they had the same problems with wildlife there. She also said in an earlier interview clip that she was away outside of her home just for 2 minutes before she felt that Summer was not in the house. There's just no way. There's no way that kid got gone that quick. Them living up in a freaking holler, y'all. Everybody in their mother home. There's a grandmother home. There's other kids. There's the mother. No way. It would take more. It'd take 2 minutes or more just to get up their driveway. There's no way someone snuck in and took her. And I don't think she wandered off. Mother knows something. I'm convinced she knows something. It's unclear. Did I already read that? Why authorities apparently believe Summer vanished while her mother was on a walk. The dispatcher also believed Summer was 4 years old. Dawn Wells addressed the social media criticism aimed at the parents, including the response to a social media post he made regarding Summer's favorite song, in which he used the past tense. They're jumping all over me about past tense. Well, I'm sorry about that, Wells said. At that point, Summer's mother interjected and described another song Summer likes. It was called My House. She sung that a lot of times when I played it on the TV, Bly said. The Facebook post isn't the only time Don Wells' language suggested his daughter might not be coming home. He spoke at a prayer vigil on June 19th, asking God to watch over Summer and saying, "She's been the light of my life for the past 5 years." During the interview with WJHL, the parents made repeated references to their church about their Christian family. Like what? They go to church, or did the kids just go to church? Because a lot of times when I was growing up, I went to church by myself. My mom did not go. I went to church a lot with my papa, but anyways, I think she really loved to be in the church because she felt a lot of love there. She loved everybody in that church, Summer's father said before correcting himself. Or she loves everybody in that church. I should rephrase that because they will tear that apart as past tense. But it is past tense, bud. But parents spoke of Summer in the past tense throughout the interview, with Summer's mother saying at different points that she loved Frozen and she loved to play in the mud, and Summer was the boss of the family. Bly also addressed the social media critics who have said they are suspicious of Summer's parents. "I'm sorry that you feel this way about us, but we love our children with everything we have. We've never went without thanks to Summer's daddy and my husband," Bly said. "He's always provided for us and worked as much as he could and can and still is. And I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but that's my baby and nobody will ever treat her like that as long as I was ever around. As long as I was around ever," she said. There's just no way. Do we need to watch this video again? This says this is published an extended video clip. Let's watch the extended video clip. Let me mute, guys, and then I'll look at my chat. If I can get it to play. Let me see. Now it's not going to want to play. Hold on a minute.
The world is a
There we go. Hold on.
People talk at each other and over each other, but nobody talks to each other. I want to change that. So every night, we're going to sit down with America's top newsmakers.
We don't care about that freaking ad lady. Let's get to it. God, I don't have any patience for this crap.
A lot. I know
Remute.
she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers, and I said okay, and I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching
She's
TV.
high as a cat.
And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer, I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back, and I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said she went downstairs, mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said okay, and I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Just go to the FBI, the police, and clear it up. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of elusive.
It's really strange that I've never seen this truck and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. And if you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen. She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head
She tried
in
to
the
shave her
back
head
and make
herself.
it. I think you can see it in some of the pictures, and it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long, and she shaved her head to so she wouldn't feel bad, and but it didn't bother her at this point. Well, I knew right away that she was abducted.
Wait, hold on a minute, guys. I gotta mute, or I will forget my train of thought. Okay, so she says that Summer wanted her hair shaved cut because her hair was cut. And now the dad is saying something totally different, guys. He said, "Oh well, she tried to cut her hair in the back, and it was looking bad, so we decided to cut it, and then the mom cut her so she wouldn't feel bad." Which one is it? Which story is it? Oh gosh.
I knew that right away, and that's what I told them from the beginning. But they have to go through I forget the word.
Investigation.
They have to do one step at a time, I guess. But I'm sorry that they had to spend so many man hours in these woods and everything. I've seen them limping and everything else, and I feel for them. But I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing, get a search warrant or something. But there's just no way you can search every single house, in the eastern United States or whatever. But I wish there was a way. Just thankful for the person or persons that's doing that, out of love,
I
and
appreciate it.
trying to get information and trying to get her found. We thank them from the bottom of our
It
hearts,
means a lot.
and we thank everybody who's trying so hard and praying so hard. And she's an awesome young lady, and we just want her back. But, yeah, there's always going to be haters, and it's always going to be that way in this world. And we just want to focus on the good friends and Christian people that are trying to help us and praying for us and praying for Summer. And we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. And that's the kind of people we try to relate with and socialize with. So we don't know anything about, no red truck, or we hardly know many of our neighbors. I mean, because we just try to be around good people. I mean, and we do have good people in this area. We found out since this has all happened. We got some real good neighbors and good folks everywhere. But
The most important thing is to bring Summer home safe. I'm sorry that you feel this way about us, but we love our children with everything we have. We've never went without. Thanks to Summer's daddy and my husband. He's always provided for us and has worked as much as he could and can and still is. And I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but
Okay. I got to pause for just a minute and say something. Like, okay, Hawkins County down in Rogersville, it's a little bit, it's country area, guys, but it's bigger than where I'm from. And if if there is somebody that's got this supposed red truck with these white barrels or something in the back of it, I believe that someone would have done come forward if this truck really existed. That's not hard to spot out. It's not that big of a community there. A friend, relative would have, you know what I mean? Would be like, oh, yeah, that belongs to my brother or my uncle. Something's just not right. There is no way that someone got past that damn dog that was just barking and took Summer, come up that damn driveway, that long ass driveway, and took her without anybody seeing, without the dogs barking or anything. I don't believe it. And I don't believe that she took off in the woods either, or one of those dogs would have followed her. They would have been able to have tracked her. We'll finish. Y'all want to finish watching this? Hold on a minute. Let's finish. I'll mute.
that's my baby, and nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around. Ever.
she loves to dance. She would always want me. She says, "Daddy, hold my hand so I can twirl." And she would just like to twirl and twirl and twirl till my arm got tired, But I put out there that one of Summer's favorite songs was Godzilla, and they say, and they're jumping all over me about past tense was, well, I'm sorry about that. It's just,
She also liked the song by New Breed. It was called House. My House. She sung that a lot of times when I play it on the TV. She loved to dance.
she liked to think of herself.
Okay, got to pause for a minute. So they've been letting that child listen to New Breed, which is one of my favorite freaking bands I just discovered and turned Never Lose Hope onto. Now she loves them. That song is it's an outlaw song, guys. It's about these gangsters, these country gangsters coming in to this guy's house and he shoots them. That's what that song's about. It's an outlaw song. It's not for a child. Welcome to my house. Check it out, New Breed.
As a princess, and and all that, like all young girls do. And
She loved Frozen. She loved to be that Elsa and
I think she really loved to be in church because she felt a lot of love there. And I think you can't explain what that love is, but you feel it and you know it, when you're young. And she felt that there, and she loved everybody in that church, or she loves everybody in that church. I should rephrase that because they'll tear that apart as past tense, and I apologize again for that. I hope she gets to come home, and I hope she gets to be with our church family again.
our best friend in that church was Robin. She loved her to death.
Yeah, she looked up to
When
women that were
she come to that church, she went looking for Robin. That was her favorite person.
any woman that was professional,
Was
that
pretty
yeah, she
beautiful.
looked up to those kind of women. She, they were the word I'm looking for, I can't think of it, but she looked up to them. She'd give them a run for their money every day. She'd give them a run for their money, and there was times, we'd be, at our boys like, don't do this and don't do that. And next thing you know, the stick would come up and just whop them, and it'd be like, Summer, don't do that.
Summer was the boss of the family.
She's
She,
typical girl.
when they get out of line, she'd put them in line.
She'd do her.
Okay, guys, I got to unmute for a minute. That is not typical behavior. I mean, for a kid to walk up and whop another kid with a freaking stick. You're supposed to teach your kids not do things like that. That tells me these kids run wild with no supervision. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I feel about it.
Her best.
She loved to play in the mud and the water and swing on her swing and enjoy dirt.
When I run the lawnmower around, she would run behind me. When the boys run their bikes around.
Gotta unmute for a second and pause, guys. I'm sorry. Hey, Real Deal. Hey, everybody I missed in the chat. Sorry, guys. I'm not looking at the chat. I've got this pulled up on my screen. But everything that they are saying about this child is in the past tense. Pay attention.
Around, she, as fast as that little bike could go, she would be behind them running and keeping up with them, no problem. She loved to run. She just loved to run, and she could pull herself up on that swing, her full body weight with her two hands, and she could do that. None of the other boys can do that, but she can.
Was she in school yet?
No,
No.
she's going this year.
This was supposed to be her first year.
She's been. We did all the what?
I took care of everything.
Yeah.
I had her already taken all of her shots and registered in the school for ready for this year.
She's making sure to tell everybody that she registered for her to school and took her to the doctor and got her shots. Like, trying to convince everybody she's a good parent, I guess.
I just never expected for anyone to get a hold of my heart like she has, because I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands, and I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything to have her back.
Your little girl.
If there's any way, if you can find it in your heart to please release her somehow. I don't know how you might do that. I mean, you're probably scared of going to prison for the rest of your life and everything else, I'm sure. But please find it in your heart, have mercy, and find a way of letting her go, and where we can get her back. And just please have mercy on her, and and us, and her brothers. And she's such a loving, good spirit. Please don't hurt her. Please let her come home. My biggest fear is, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or something, because she loved to be outside all the time. That was her, unfortunately, her downfall. Because a lot of times the boys would be inside and we'd be like, "Where's Summer? Why'd you leave her out there alone? Go get Summer now." And that's happened over and over again. And
I'm sorry, but he shouldn't be blaming the boys. I mean, they are the parents. They are the ones that are responsible for watching Summer, not her siblings. They are just kids. Sorry, guys.
we'd come out and she would always be close by, but we was always coming up. She had to be outside. She was an outdoor person. And
She loved to be outside.
And I'm so afraid that she's locked away. She's such a loving heart and everything. And I'm afraid that she won't be able to, I'm blocked away where she can't be outside or play with a puppy or anything, love nature, and that's my greatest fear, that she's not able to do any of
Enjoy the
these things
beautiful
anymore,
outdoors.
or that she could possibly, I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just want to focus on the positive,
And find her
because
daughter.
it's so easy to get, lost in that negativity and stuff, and it's just not worth it. So I'm just, I appreciate y'all, the good things you say, and your prayers. That's awesome.
When my sister came missing, I was in between Arkansas and Tennessee. I don't know all of what happened or what did happen, but I hope that they find her too and bring her home safely too.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, she disappeared without a trace. They haven't found anything, haven't found a body, nothing. And when you see cases like that, that's why I lose hope on Summer. I want to keep hope, but sometimes I lose hope,
Lose it.
and I think, well, maybe we won't never see her again. So I start thinking in past tense. Sorry, but I'm trying to keep hope up. I'm trying to keep my prayers up and all that.
Okay, guys, I know that was kind of long, but I'm glad I decided to play that because that was like an extended version of that interview, and some of that I had not heard. So she did address her sister that went missing years ago. That's kind of strange. Her sister went missing, now her daughter's missing. I think there was an accident in the water. They trying to cover it up. They're caught up in their own lies. My theory. Yeah, real deal. I'm not convinced that the dad actually knows where she's at or what happened. I'm not convinced of that. He does talk a lot in the past tense, but I'm trying to tell myself that's got a little bit to do with him being a country person. They ask about her sister. I know, Gina. I know. I had to go grab some coffee to warm my cup real quick. But I heard her saying that when her sister went missing, she was somewhere between Arkansas and somewhere. Read your comment above. Okay. Yeah, you got to tell me to read your comment. Let me see what Kay said real quick. Hey, Kay Ellis. He is more worried than she can't play with the puppy. Sick monster may be doomed. You know what, Kay? I was thinking that, and I started to pause and unmute, but I'd done it like a million times. Like, he's afraid of her being locked away. I'd be scared of her being locked away and being raped and tortured. Okay, now let me find Gina. Why does he say to the kidnapper, "Oh, I know you don't want to go to prison for life. I would just say drop her off, no questions asked." I know. I caught that too, Gina. I caught that too. Jack's mom. My best friend's daughter was missing last year. She didn't care about people making speculations. She was begging, crying for her to come home. She was found alive months later. Oh, thank God, Jack's mom. Thank God. I hope nothing bad happened to her. I hope nothing bad happened to her. Cheryl T, I don't understand why everyone wants to include water just because there's a video of the kids swimming. Just saying, I think it's strange thing to grab onto, but I guess anything's possible. Well, you know what? I think everybody, including myself, have kind of grabbed onto this water. I'm not sure what happened to her, to be honest, but because there's nothing else to grab onto. I mean, they live in a freaking holler. It'd take 2 minutes or more to probably get up their driveway from what I've seen. Everybody's home, the mom, the grandmother, other siblings, and the kid just vanishes. So I think everybody's like grabbing onto the water because that's like one of the last things she did was went swimming. Like, I want to know more about this 15-year-old that was with them that day. I'm sure the police have had to have interviewed him by now. You know it. Hey, Shay. I hope you're doing better. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Shay, I got me a plan together. Hey, I got big plans. This country girl's got big plans. For real. My plans are going good right now. Going as scheduled. That's all I can say. But anyways. Okay, I don't mean to be goofing off when we're talking about Summer. Let's pray that they find her safe and sound. But I'm telling you, anything's possible. So if she did wander off into the woods, I'd say she's not alive. The mother said she didn't like to go on walks because of bears, coyotes, snakes. That's what I was saying yesterday. We got the same mountain terrain here in Southwest Virginia as they do in East Tennessee. And I would not want to go on a hike down to the old homestead by myself because, last time Mark went down there, he got run out by a damn bear. And it's been so hot. I don't know, guys. We'll just have to keep following it and see what happens. I'm just a loss for words now. Let me look back at the chat before we move on to old Bill Cosby. Hey, Cindy. It's all right if you're late. We just watched an extended interview with Summer Wells' parents. I don't think the mom's the type to really care about planting flowers. I know. And something else that stood out to me is when the dad, the mom's kind of a tomboy. Just see that hat she had on with the rebel flag on it? Which I know a lot of people here in the South fly that flag. I don't. But anyways, I noticed that. But the dad was saying that, Summer loved some of the women at church, especially this woman named Robin. She loved, as the dad called it, professional types. Now, I think Summer liked girly girls. The dad said she liked to be around pretty women. Maybe, she wanted pretty hair. And to try on some little girl, how little girls get that fake makeup and lip gloss and all that stuff. And see, the mom don't seem like she's into that. So I would say that's why Summer was attracted to these women, at church. You know how women are at church. They're all nicey nice and got their hair and makeup done and all that. The geriatric pudding pop pervert, yeah. I'm doing all right, Gina. Y'all know what I got going on in my personal life. But besides that, oh, yeah. He's been trying to act like everything's all hunky-dory, but I got a plan. I can play that game. The mom's into teenagers. The mom's into pills, too. I could bet you my bottom dollar that she gets a script of Xanax and Percocets or Loratabs every month. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if any of those kids got Ritalin or something, Adderall. I'm telling you, they're on something. Which, like I said, I'm not judging them too hard for that, but I think there was drug use going on every day in that home. I don't think that she is just high because Summer's missing. I think this is just a part of her everyday life. And those kids just run wild. Most people teach their kids you can't walk up on another kid and whack them with a damn stick. That seemed a little outrageous to me. That's just me. But anyways, let's move on and talk about Bill Cosby, and then we're going to talk about Josh Duggar, that old weirdo perv. TLC finally kicked them totally off of their network. Hold on. We're going to talk about Bill Cosby because they let him out of jail. I was totally shocked. I thought he was going to die in prison. But I guarantee he only has probably a year or so left of life. Guarantee it. Guarantee he dies soon. I hate to say that, but I just feel like that. No, I have not seen that video of Summer in the car. Yeah, they probably drink booze too. The dad has a history. Well, he's had a domestic violence charge or something. She took a protective order out on him, I guess like last year, a couple of years ago, something. And then he said that they worked it out and dropped it. But from what I understand, he could be emotionally and physically abusive when he was drinking, just mean. Maybe they worked those problems out. I don't know. But I just feel like those kids ran wild. And there's substance abuse going on. And I feel like the mom knows what happened to Summer. I'll be very shocked if it comes out that someone abducted her or she wandered off. I could about bet you my life she didn't wander off, and I could about bet you my life she wasn't abducted. Okay, let's read about Bill Cosby. I was stunned. Bill Cosby accuser speaks out after overturned sexual assault conviction. One of the 60 women who have accused Cosby of sexual misconduct is speaking out following the Pennsylvania Supreme Court's decision on Wednesday to overturn Cosby's 2018 sexual assault conviction. Tamara Green told Crime HQ that the High Court's decision to not only toss Cosby's conviction but bar further prosecution in the case came as a shock. Green claimed she was 19 in 1969 or 70 when Cosby gave her drugs and digitally penetrated her, despite her repeated pleas to stop, according to USA Today. I've never heard that. Digitally penetrated. I'm going to have to Google that. I was stunned. I didn't expect any news about Bill Cosby, Green commented, noting that Cosby was recently denied parole because he refused to undergo sex offender treatment. Sentenced in 2018, Cosby was serving a 3 to 10 year sentence for sexually assaulting Andrea Constant at his Cheltenham home in 2004. During his trial, prosecutors argued that the comedian had a penchant for drugging and raping unconscious women. More than 60 women have accused Bill Cosby of sexual assault. However, the state Supreme Court ruled on Wednesday that a 2005 verbal agreement between then Montgomery County District Attorney Bruce L. Castor Jr. and Cosby granted Cosby lifetime immunity if he testified in the Andrea Constance civil case. As a result, he should not have been prosecuted twice for Andrea's 2004 assault. Green, who is a lawyer, said she made peace with the ruling and has received solace in the fact that the 3 years the 83-year-old comedian served in prison may have been more than half of the time he has left to live. We need to be glad he got that much. He had 15 years of us breathing down his neck, Green said. I'm not sure how you measured justice. I'm sure some justice was done. Green also acknowledged that other accusers are justified in believing Cosby was given a lenient sentence. She was also critical of prosecutors' decision to offering immunity to Cosby in the first place, claiming their actions were comparable to playing a poker game. Green said she believes Cosby's notoriety allowed for the dubious agreement to be made in the first place. There was clearly enough evidence to convict him, she said, noting that the state Supreme Court did not analyze the facts of Constance's case for validity, however you say that. Green then told Crime HQ that she talked to another accuser, Theresa Seringniece or something, who said Wednesday's ruling gave the impression that the accusers will never receive complete closure. Theresa said she was 19 in 1976 when Cosby invited her backstage at his show, offered her pills, and then forced himself on her. Despite the recent turn of events, Green says she hopes Cosby's release does not discourage other victims from reporting their sexual assaults. She commented, I don't think we would stop making noise. I don't think we should stop believing in women. Amen to that. And I said this morning when I was discussing Bill Cosby with old dummy that lives here. I said, I'm going to tell you what. If anybody ever does anything like that to me in my life again, because I've been abused most of my life by freaking men in some way or another. I said, I would do everything in my power to make sure they went to prison if I didn't freaking kill them when I got loose from them and got my hands on something. And that's the truth. If you come to harm me, you're probably going to leave in a freaking body bag because I will go psycho if I can. Okay, I want to read another article about this verbal agreement that got Cosby out of this trouble. Let me get it pulled up, and then I'm going to look at the chat. I have never been so disappointed in somebody as I was Bill Cosby when he got charged for all this stuff. I never knew he had all this stuff going on behind the scenes, that he drugged women and stuff. Somehow I missed that in the media. So I didn't know until he started going to trial and all that stuff got charged. But anyways, I grew up watching the Huxtables, the Cosby Show. And the Cosby Show is still on TV. It comes on every freaking day. But anyways, I grew up watching that show and I always just loved their family. And I always loved Dr. Huxtable. And I wanted a dad like him and a mom like her. So I was very disappointed. Here, the Jello King. I know. I can't believe it. I didn't think he would ever get out, guys. I mean, really, I thought he was going to die in prison. Okay, explainer. How a 16-year-old verbal agreement helped overturn Bill Cosby's sexual assault conviction. I believe we know a little bit about it, but we'll read this anyways. So the Pennsylvania Supreme Court cited an oral agreement between prosecutor and Bill Cosby's legal team as the central reason why they were overturning the comedian's 2018 sexual assault. In their decision issued on Wednesday, the High Court ruled that a 2005 non-prosecution agreement between the then Montgomery District Attorney Bruce L. Castor Jr. and Cosby was legally binding and granted Cosby lifetime immunity in the alleged assault of Andrea Constant in 2004. Castor claimed he made the agreement so that Cosby would testify in Andrea's civil lawsuit, as the comedian could not invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and would be required to testify. The court also ruled that Cosby cannot be prosecuted again in this case, prompting his release from the State Correctional Institution, Phoenix, where he has been housed since 2018. As NBC News previously noted, Cosby has faced sexual assault accusations dating back to 1965 from dozens of alleged victims, but only Constance's case was prosecuted. Some of the other potential cases have exceeded the statute of limitations. One more recent accuser, Chloe Goins, alleged that Cosby assaulted her in 2008, but prosecutors in Nevada declined to file criminal charges, citing insufficient evidence. Castor reportedly admitted that the agreement was entirely verbal and undocumented and claimed he made it with Cosby's then attorney, Walter Phillips, who died in 2015. Despite having no record of the verbal agreement, the court determined that Cosby reasonably believed he had immunity when he testified in Andrea Constant's civil trial. In accordance with the advice his attorneys, Cosby relied upon D.A. Castor's public announcement that he would not be prosecuted. His reliance was reasonable, and it resulted in the deprivation of a fundamental constitutional right when he was compelled to furnish self-incriminating testimony. Cosby reasonably relied upon the Commonwealth's decision for approximately 10 years. The court wrote in their decision, which can be read in full below. And I'm not reading all that. Okay, let me see if I can get by this. Sentenced in 2018, Cosby was serving a 3 to 10 year sentence for sexually assaulting Constant at his Cheltenham home in 2004. A 2017 trial ended in a mistrial as the jury was unable to reach a verdict. At his second trial, prosecutors argued that the comedian had a penchant for drugging and raping unconscious women. At least 60 women have accused Bill Cosby of sexual assault. Okay, I'm not going to go ahead and read all this. We know why he's out because the prosecution made that agreement. So, Bill Cosby thought if, he wouldn't be prosecuted. Didn't they know all this before they went to trial that this agreement existed? I don't know what they mean undocumented. The public didn't know it or something. Hey, Aria. Anyways, I remember Bill Cosby on Sesame Street and everything. We'll have to see what happens with him. It looks like he's not going to ever go back to jail again, guys. That's what it looks like. But like I said, he is like 83 years old now. Prison takes a toll on you. From what I heard, he was getting dementia and things, or either he was just acting like that to try to get out of prison. I don't know, but I'd say he doesn't have much time left. But the offer he made was in the civil case, not a criminal. Hey, Cheryl T, good point. Anyways, the court ruled that the prosecution made Bill Cosby think, that if he testified and incriminated himself, he wouldn't be prosecuted because they had that agreement. Big Al, go to hell. I know it. I know, and he's going to split hell wide open, yeah. And so is this little weirdo right here we're getting ready to talk about. I just wanted to give y'all the Bill Cosby update. I don't know a lot about these sexual assault cases, so I can't sit here and talk about it more. I mean, I know a little bit about it. I just wanted to read and see why it was overturned, Share the info. Okay. So our last topic this morning, and then we'll sit and chit chat for a minute, is about Josh Duggar. I watched that Celebrity Talk guy, so as soon as this went up on the news, I knew about it. He is quick. He covers like all the reality stars. I love the Celebrity Talk guy. Oh, you know what we forgot to do, guys? I forgot to share with y'all that video of that criminal profiler analyzing Summer Wells' mom's statement. If y'all still want to watch that, well, I can get the link and share it. Okay. It's about time. TLC dumps Duggar family counting on after Josh Duggar child porn bust. Hey, they've done away with all of them. They're washing their hands of that family. They are cutting ties. They want nothing to do with them. Cable network TLC has apparently dropped Counting On from its lineup. Praise the Lord, their cult. Following Josh Duggar's child pornography. Josh knowingly received child pornography in May 2019, according to court documents. He also knowingly possessed child pornography during the same months by using the internet to download child sexual abuse material. Josh was arrested in April this year, but has subsequently bailed out of jail. He is now living with a couple he knows from church after a judge banned him from being around children. He can visit his own children as long as his wife is present. Hey, should we be trusting her with the kids? I don't know. New York Post reports that TLC confirmed that no new seasons of Counting On, which is the spinoff of the popular show 19 Kids and Counting, will be made. TLC will not be producing additional seasons of Counting On, the network told the Post. TLC feels it is important to give the Duggar family the opportunity to address their situation privately. Yeah, right. Y'all want to cut ties with these weirdos. I don't blame you at all. Shortly after Duggar's arrest, a Change.org petition was created, demanding that TLC cancel the reality show. The petition currently has over 28,000 signatures. The Duggar family should no longer have a platform, the petition reads. This family should no longer be allowed to collect money from streaming services and television series. Enough is enough. Too many people have been harmed. This isn't the first time Josh Duggar has been in legal trouble. Josh entered a rehabilitation center in 2015 after he confessed to inappropriately touching his younger sisters when he was a teenager. He was also accused of creating a private, paid Ashley Madison account, a social media made for people wanting to cheat on their spouse or their significant other. He reportedly met up with at least one person he chatted with through the Ashley Madison account, paid her for sex. He later admitted to his infidelity and confessed he had a porn addiction problem. And you got more than a porn addiction problem. You are a fucking pedophile. Excuse my language. God, that riles me up. It's more than somebody just watching adult porn. This guy is a freaking pedophile. A pedophile. It's untelling how many people he's molested. Okay. The allegations resulted in TLC dropping the Duggar's first family show. He also lost his position as the executive director of the Family Research Council, a lobbying group that champions marriage and family. Oh, yeah, he champions marriage and family, molesting his sisters, downloading child porn, hiring prostitutes, spitting on them, and everything else. Okay, for his latest charges, Duggar is scheduled for trial in November. Look at him. He looks like he is on something in this. Look at his eyes. He been hitting the bottle or hitting some damn pills. I'd say he pops pills. What do y'all say? We got something else about Summer Wells here, guys. Bigamist husband kills 5 people, including unborn baby and 2 children. Okay. There's something about Summer Wells, though. I'm going to look at my chat before I start reading this. This is something about Summer Wells' mom has domestic violence charges. And his wife hasn't left him. You know what? I don't know if Josh and Anna are together or not. I know he's not allowed to live there with them. I thought I read a statement back when this first happened that she was going to be standing by the old pervert's side. Do you not reckon it goes through her mind if he's molested their girls or their boys? I think he's into little girls, though, the little pipsqueak weirdo. Yeah, he looks proud of himself. He's a disgrace to all men. You did, Margie. Cece, you make me laugh. Oh, good. Hey, Lisa. Guys like him are why the Colombian necktie was invented. Yeah. He is a real sicko. He's probably been sick since he was a kid. He's just born that way. He's born a freaking weirdo, y'all. And that family's a freaking cult. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody will ever convince me that religion that they go sprouting around everywhere is not a freaking cult. The way they act and go on and treat women and stuff. Women ain't good for nothing but laying down and having babies. And cleaning. Having kids back to back. That's what their women do. It's always about money, Shay. That's right. Money's the root to all evil, they say. Okay, let's see what this is about Summer. Ooh, y'all, I got my stuff from Amazon yesterday. I got me some of that e.l.f. primer. Y'all's going to be seeing me on camera. I'm just, Mark's leaving in the morning for a trip, so I've been trying not to do nothing around him. Like my YouTube and stuff, but we're going to be doing a member stream. I may do our member stream. Hold on a minute. Friday night. I got something I'm doing Friday night. That's all I can say. I can't say nothing on here. But I'm going to do a member stream before I go out. Hey, I ain't sitting here all weekend by myself. Hell to the no. That ain't happening. That ain't the way I roll. Okay. Break-in. Summer Wells' mother has previous domestic abuse charge. Dad has multiple violent felonies. Okay. The mother and father of a missing Tennessee girl both have prior criminal histories. Summer Wells, 5, reported missing on June 15th from her Rogersville home, launching a massive search of the remote, densely wooded area of East Tennessee. Summer's parents have said they believe she was abducted, while a spokesperson for the TBI has said the circumstances of Summer's disappearance are unclear. Authorities have not ruled out foul play, but have not named any suspects or persons of interest. Summer's father, Don Wells, was arrested October 2020 during a domestic incident involving Summer's mother, Candace Bly. The day after Wells was arrested on 2 weapons charges and 1 count of domestic abuse, Bly filed for an order of protection, saying she was afraid for her and her children's safety. A week later, she withdrew the filing, and authorities eventually dropped the domestic abuse charge against Wells. Fox News obtained court records showing that Don Wells has been convicted of multiple violent felonies in Texas, Utah, and Arkansas. The news station also reports that Candace Bly has a criminal record in Wisconsin. In 2003, she pleaded guilty to charges of disorderly conduct and domestic abuse. It's unclear from the report or the records who the abuse victim was. Investigators are continuing their search for Summer Wells and have so far fielded hundreds of tips about the girl's disappearance. Anyone with information about Summer Wells' disappearance or current whereabouts is urged to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Okay, so they both have a criminal history. We know they've got a substance abuse problem of some kind. I believe that was an everyday occurrence in the house. And the kids weren't supervised, and the mom knows where Summer's at. She knows more than what she's saying. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Okay, now I want to share with y'all, I don't want to forget, Peter Hite's channel. Let me get him pulled up here. Oh no, we don't want the Haley Dunn case. He's not that bad looking for an older guy either. Okay, hold on one sec. I just want to listen and let y'all listen to the part where he's analyzing Summer's mom's statement. I'm going to have to mute.
Disappearance of Summer Wells, a case that has brought much interest as the 5-year-old has been missing more than 2 weeks. The first thing we notice about the case is that the father's account is not reliable in the sense that he's repeating what someone else told him. So that must be discounted. And I'm aware of his criminal background. I'm aware of the obvious issues of substance abuse that may surround the family. But I'd like to focus on the mother's statement, and I've broken it down here. It's a little bit shorter. You can get the full statement online. But to show what is concerning, what we know and what we don't know. So I'm going to start with the conclusion of the matter. The conclusion of the matter is that we don't know the source of the mother's guilt in this statement. And I'd like to show that to everyone here. The mother has indicated a belief or knowledge that Summer isn't coming back. Now that goes against the normal parental capacity of protection and denial, especially a mother. So it's something that I'm concerned about. But when she was finally convinced to go into the media and speak to the media, which itself is unusual in terms of behavioral analysis, a mother wants to call out to the kidnapper. The mother said, and I've abbreviated a bit, me and my mother and her were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma. I walked her all the way over to the porch and watched her walking into the kitchen. So from that statement, and it's abbreviated, there's more, I'm able to conclude neglect. Now, some will counter and say, given the family circumstances, domestic violence, substance abuse, perhaps some cognitive limitations, that's to be expected. And it's true, it is to be expected. But it's in the language regarding what happened. So if a sex offender has grabbed little Summer, or human trafficking and that sort of thing, a kidnapper, mom shows guilt, but I can't tell whether the guilt is because she caused Summer's disappearance or the guilt of neglect, which is here. But there's some also interesting things within this statement that call our attention to specific details. So she's asked what happened. Me and my mother and her. we like to hear a mother in particular use her daughter's name. And this was the beginning of what happened. She uses the pronoun her. I believe at this point even, that's some distancing language, psychological distancing. Say, well, what about if mom has cognitive limitations? That will impact the language. It certainly does. But if she speaks with an expectation of being understood and communicates with people, we adjust our context and we still analyze the words. Me and my mother and her, and we note the order, were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands. Now, if you're planting flowers in the dirt, your hands are dirty, and the expectation is you're going to wash your hands. The expectation is not that you're going to have a need to talk about it. And this is where we often explore for guilt. I don't doubt that she washed her hands, and I'm not saying she lied about that. But what she's doing is including information that isn't necessary for the case, but does something else. We often find washing, when it is included unnecessarily, as another signal of guilt, among other things. So washing our hands not only will cause us to question, hey, why do you need to include that? We're not reinterpreting washing of hands to mean something else. We're wondering why the need to include that. We often find it in statements of guilt. And she, so another pronoun she, got a piece of candy from grandma. Washing our hands slows down the pace of the statement. Tell us what happened. She went missing while we were planting flowers. That would be very quick and easy. But instead, we have a pace that's being slowed down, which often indicates tension, stress, and possibly even deception later on. I don't know if that's the case here, but I'm certainly open to it. Then I have the pronoun she again, not Summer, got a piece of candy from grandma. That's immaterial to what happened, we would think. But this also slows down the pace of getting to what is essentially the information that's needed. Now, she's a 5-year-old, and this is a normal household. This is all things that we presuppose. And 5-year-olds love to play, they love to wander, they love to have candy. I walked her to the porch. I walked her all the way to the porch, as if it's an extraordinary event, something out of the ordinary, something that's not normal. This is a portrayal of the subject by herself, the mother, as a good and conscientious mother who is diligently watching over her child. The need to include this information suggests to the contrary. And when you have a couple of those points, you realize you're looking at neglect. So it's not just the socioeconomic status, the substance abuse issues, the domestic violence reports, some of those things. It's in the language as well. And watched her walking into the kitchen. On a normal day, outside in your yard, planting flowers or doing anything, would you recall watching someone all the way in at age 5 who runs in and out likely on her own many times? This is another indicator of guilt due to neglect. So it is possible that a sex offender got Summer, and mom has tremendous guilt for not watching her more carefully. That's certainly a possibility. And another possibility is that mom's actions caused something to go terribly wrong with Summer. The first one we look at, we talk about guilty knowledge a lot, guilty knowledge being mom knows what happened to her, and the guilt is because of that. But the first one we're looking at is called attendant guilt. In other words, something took place that the subject didn't do. She didn't cause Summer's disappearance, but something else was going on there, and she feels guilty over that. And I don't know at this point, because of the way the interview was conducted, what it is. Now, the interviewer had an opportunity to say, hey, you didn't want to speak out because of all the nasty comments that people make on social media. What would you like to say to them? This would have given her an opportunity to say, I didn't cause Summer's disappearance. I don't know why the interviewer didn't ask the obvious question. But if your child was missing, would you care what people on social media said? Now, you might if it was impacting search efforts, which it wasn't. The search efforts were tremendous. But a maternal instinct, and for most people, just human empathy, and not knowing what happened would cause them to do whatever it takes to run out, call for her child immediately, and address the kidnapper. So investigators have a difficult case on their hands, not simply because of the time that has passed along, but because of the mother's statement. You've heard things from media where it appears law enforcement is confused, quote unquote, about what happened. And that's a deliberate statement that's meant to say, we've got some issues here. we don't have a clear answer of what happened, and that's important. I had a case many years ago where
Okay, guys, I don't want to play his full video and like steal his content, but he makes a lot of sense. And you know what? Something I was thinking about when he was talking about how, you know, it was unnecessary for her to say, you know, they washed their hands and she got a piece of candy and she walked her all the way, you know, to the porch. Something I was thinking about in that interview is how she said, you know, she was getting her ready for school and taking her to get her shots and done all the right things. See, that's unnecessary to say, because us people with common sense, we know when you go to register a child for school that they, you know, their shot record has to be up to date and all that. I did find it a little strange she wasn't already in school. I mean, my son started school at, well, he was in pre-K and stuff. I think it's best to put them in. I mean, this is just my opinion. In pre-K, and then that prepares them for kindergarten. But anyways, I guess that's all the true crime we're going to do this morning. Let me get out of this and get to my live chat. Like I was saying earlier, we are going to have a member stream. I may change my mind and do it tonight. If I do, I'll let y'all know ahead of time. But it's what I'm thinking. It's going to be Friday evening. Of course, I'll still be seeing y'all in the morning. But our members stream, I'm going to try to be on camera. I got me some new makeup, guys. Let me find my chat and I'll talk to y'all a second. I ordered my stuff from Amazon, and you know what? I had trouble in my chat and I'll talk ordering foundation, like, and lotion and stuff from there, because every time I would get an item that I liked, it would say cannot be shipped to the P.O. box. So I couldn't order Maybelline. But what I got was, I believe it's NYX, NYX, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Full Coverage Foundation. Their products are really good. Yes, I also got some of that e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer in the green bottle. I got my stuff sitting here. I turn on the camera, guys. I look awful. Plus, you can see through my shirt a little bit. You can see my bra and stuff. Also, y'all be proud of me. I got a Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pencil Blonde. I've done tried it. It looks a lot freaking better. I've got to get my eyebrows straight. I mean, they don't look that bad when I do them. They look a hell of a lot better than they did. I know that. Oh, and also, y'all know how I like to use that Coty Airspun loose face powder to set my makeup. I actually got 2 of these for one of them would have cost at Walmart. And those always last me a long time. Those are good to set your makeup with. I have to use the face powder. They say don't use it under your eyes. It'll get it in the wrinkles. But look, if you didn't set your eye, you know, under your eyes and stuff, it would just come off. They ask about school. That's why she addressed the school situation, if I recall. I know, but like she explained, I just thought she explained too much. I know they ask. I don't know. They ask questions for summaries. You can't always hear it with the editing. Yeah. You know what, guys? I'm going to keep an open mind. I'm not going to flat out accuse her. I'm just saying I'm giving her the side eye, and I'm very suspicious. That's just what I'm going to say for now. I am going to pray for them both. I hope and pray she's not involved, neither one of them. Really. I hope and pray they find her safe and sound. My granddaughter's age. I mean, I can't imagine having a child missing. Let me see what Anna said. The 15-year-old kid is going to talk. Yep. If they were messing around and stuff, he's going to spill the beans. That kid will. Now, it's rumored she gave him alcohol. Here's what I think, based on what Peter just said. Hi. I think she might have been passed out and something happened to Summer. She feels guilty. I don't know if like she deliberately freaking killed her. I don't think so. I don't know. I think something happened. I think an accident happened. Hey, Red Rum, how are you doing? But anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here. I got to do some dummy's laundry. He's going out of town for the weekend. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I got told this morning. Oh, this is going to be the last long trip for a while. We're just roughing it this weekend. It's just me and the guys riding. I know it's too long for her to be alive out in them mountains. And let me tell you something. And if somebody did abduct her, I'd say she's no longer here. I keep going back to what that dad was saying. I keep thinking about what he was saying about her locked in a dungeon. Lord, he should have been worried about her something else happening besides her not being able to play with a puppy. Because I don't know. Maybe they don't know what to say. I'm just lost, guys. I'm lost on this case. I really am. And it is so frustrating trying to think what could have happened and where is she at. I just know that nobody got up on that hill and abducted her, them with dogs and everybody home. There's no way. And if they came through the mountains and took her, the tracking dogs would have been able to pick up that scent. I have a feeling an accident happened and there's a cover-up going on. YouTube monitor. Yes, I'm going to wash the carpets, then chill. I will see you later, beautiful CC. Have a great day. Have a great day. Don't work too hard. Actually, I've been getting a lot of work done around here and stuff. I get on YouTube, see if I can find anything to listen to when I clean, but I'm not being on that much, really. Sometimes I'll leave it open on my laptop, but I'm really not there looking at it. I'll be honest, since Chloe passed away and Annabelle's not here no more, I've got quite a bit of time on my hands. But I miss Chloe. I miss her so much, guys. I thought I heard her coughing yesterday. I can't even go back and watch the live streams where she was out on the porch streaming with me right now. I am going to post what the vet sent me. You know, when she died, Mark took her straight down to the vet, and they made a little print of her pile, and they sent it to us in the mail on a piece of canvas yesterday and a card about the Rainbow Bridge. I'll put that up in a thing. Lots of drama on YouTube right now. Stay away. Yeah, I don't want involved in any of that. Sometimes, I did check in on the drama. I about quit watching everything, period. Just so I could take my mind off of my own real life drama. But I don't know. The drama on YouTube just seems so stupid anymore, considering I got real problems in my life, and everybody's got real problems, bigger issues in the world than, YouTube drama. I just don't come on here to argue with anybody. That's not why I come on here. I come on here to do what we just done. Have some porch chats, make friends, have fun. Even though we talk about true crime, I still enjoy coming on here and I still have fun. So that's why I come on here. So sorry, CC. I miss our Chloe girl too. Yeah, well, I'm going to decorate her grave. She's out. Mark's mom's. He didn't take her up to the cemetery, and they got her a good little burial site underneath the pine tree. And I'm gonna go get her some of them little solar lights. Y'all know, like my little sloth that comes on at dark, his eyes light up. Some little things like that. I'm gonna try to get her some kind of little headstone, I guess. Probably bury Smokey right beside of her. I can't watch the trials. I get bored. I've been watching a lot of Snapped during the day on Oxygen or just letting it play. And I've been outside a lot. I've got back into doing stuff with my chickens. And guys, I got there a while. I couldn't really go to the funny farm just to do the basic things. Chloe was always coughing. So I got behind on a lot of things. I finally got the master bathroom and everything cleaned. I've just got more time now. I'd rather have Chloe back, though. You know what I mean? And I miss Annabelle, but she's still in the family. I'm telling you guys, I'm tempted to get my goat back. I'm very tempted. I just hate to do somebody that way. I know my uncle would give her back to me, and I know they love her. She's got a little goat barn and everything. I'm going to see her, take her some treats, but I like to have my goat back. I would. She'll always be my little unicorn. I'll have another goat probably, but I'd like to have my Annie back. I wish I hadn't have rushed into that and stuff. Thank God she's with my uncle who's a preacher and they love her and they can spend a lot of time with her. And I'm going to tell you something. She really likes my uncle and his grandson. And his grandson he's a good little boy. He's only about 6 or 7 years old. He'll talk your head off. But he's sweet and he's not mean. And he loved Annabelle. What's going on, Red Rum? I'm sorry, Cece. I still hear Lucy bark every Monday, and it's been almost a year. Oh, I'm sorry. Prayers. I forgot about Lucy, girl. You losing her. It's so hard, guys. It's not fair. It's not. But anyways, I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to go try to shoo this hen off these eggs, even though my neighbor said, please let them hatch. We'll take care of them. I don't know about all that. I guarantee. I work, so no extra time. Well, you know what? The extra time I have is filled in with work. So, hey, y'all, I'm really lucky to be able to sit down and do YouTube an hour in the mornings. I really am. Things have just been a lot more laid back here since some of the responsibilities gone. Yes, Jack's mom, I'm going to. It is hard to take care of animals when you're in chronic pain. It really is. Annabelle was over there a lot by herself. My neighbors come and seen her. I go to the fence and seen her and stuff, but my leg pain just got so bad, I just wasn't able to spend the time with her that she needs. But she's in a good home. No, I'm not going to stay. I just like for Annabelle. I like my neighbors love. Hey, y'all, they cut the awfulest fit ever was when I gave Annabelle away. They was over here crying. She brought me a bracelet. I got the box right here. This is an awesome freaking bracelet. Sterling silver. It's the only thing I can wear. It's called the 7 chakras. The 7 chakras as the principal energy centers of the body and are believed to be the pathway of harmony between the mind, body, and soul. This crap works. My mind started changing when I put this bracelet on. And I'm not even kidding you. I'll show it to you all tomorrow evening. I may get to do a porch chat this evening. I don't know. But I'll show y'all my bracelet. It's awesome. But they cried. And but my uncle said if he decided he didn't want Annabelle, he would bring her back to her field. Maybe I should have just left her and let my neighbors cared for her. But I didn't think they would do it properly, guys. I mean, I just didn't think they would do it properly. She's got a good home, though. So, how does it work? God, let me show you. I'm going to cut my camera on for a minute. I'm going to try not to be on camera because I look bad this morning. Here it is. Okay. It came in this box. It's brand new. She's into this. She's raided my chicken coop before, guys. She's got an alcohol problem, but she's really a good person. See? Okay. And then all these is the chakras or whatever they call them. And these little parts are sterling silver. It's a nice bracelet. Here, I'll show y'all my foundation while we're on here. This is the foundation I got. I put my hair bow around it this morning. I've not used this yet. I'm getting ready to go do my makeup and stuff in a little bit. I got this primer. I'm going to try it out and see if I like it. And then I got this brow pencil, Tattoo Studio, Maybelline. It's got a brush on one end. I think it's going to match my brows pretty good. The other color I was wearing is like way too dark. I looked awful in that. I went back and looked at myself. And then I ordered 2 of these. This is what I like to set my makeup with. So these, I got 2 of them for about $6 or $7. Those will last me for months and months and months. Anyways, guys, oh yeah, look at my office space. I'm outside, y'all. I don't want to be on camera, but the porch is all cleaned off. And we're going to get back to our porch chats. I got foundation on my pajama top and it won't come out. So if y'all see spots. Okay, guys, I'm going to get off here. I may see y'all after a while if I get some alone time. I'm not going to make any promises, but because I don't know how things are going to go. But y'all will definitely be seeing me on camera tomorrow evening. If I can't do a chat today. But anyways, thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for your support. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I don't know how I'd get through this difficult time if I didn't have my coffee family, really. I really mean that. You guys are awesome. You guys are some really good friends, and I love each and every one of you. But anyways, y'all have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace.